Ladies and gentlemen, this is internet personality Vangelus here with my last look at a glacial bot limb, the retro future release of Razorspike and his robotic rhino roommate. His box is right along the lines of tail clubs and fangros with styrofoam and faux shelfware. Razorspike's does bring one new thing to the table, a big fake yellowed piece of scotch tape there to try and fail to cover up a horrible front side box rip. Truth be told, I didn't know there were woolly rhinos until I saw this creature's name on the box. Sadly, being a mechanical version of the beast, there's no actual wool to be seen, but there is a beefy bulk to this hunchbacked powerhouse, topped off by his straight-up drill horn. Razorspike's woolly rhino is like the prehistoric ancestor of the classic super robot drill tank. He's the darkest of the glacial bot beasts, using a lot of reddy brown in tandem with their unifying gray and burgundy. I love the trail of techie stickering that leads you down to his skull towards a lovely pair of metallic blue-green eyes. They complement the teal leg stickers decently. All four rhino legs can swivel at the hips, his head can nod, his drill nose can twiddle, and his mouth can open, but it is hard to get anything human in there to pull the jaw down. Any lip or ledge gets sucked right into the upper part of the cranium, so I gotta get all dentist style and bust out a screwdriver like my own dentist does. Razorspike comes off his card to represent darker tones just like his rhino pal. He's actually my favorite of the mini glacials, partly due to his dark palette, and partly due to his use of awesome silver paint to pick out his face and midriff. Razorspike can use his 4 points of articulation to hop aboard and beast ride his rhino, with the rider slot being hidden by a sliding tab in the backplate. With the revelation that everyone else got a hidden beast rider slot mechanism, I think Tail Club's perma slot ends up being quite a bummer. Disengage the rhino's head and backplate and prepare for another sliding monoleg. The unique touch that the woolly rhino brings our way are his rear legs, which compress into missile pods. Fold and slot Razorspike into his waiting chasm, and robotized fusion is complete. Did I say beefcake yet? Let me say beefcake now. Razorspike is chunk among chunk, with double missile pods bolted onto the sides of his shins and the undersides of his arms. His personality comes off as that of the group's strongman, given how he has the silhouette of a Shriek bithouse that has decided to stand up and fight evil. Like Tail Club, Razorspike's footplate can plug into his shoulder as a shield, though his totally lacks the alternate hand attachment point, which I think is a big shame. He can only turn sideways to defend himself. The rhino head can be wielded as a drill-tipped armor breaker, and while it looks fine, it also looks a lot like a rhino head. There's less going on here than with weapons like Fangro's Sonic Blaster, but it works well with Razorspike's solitary shoulder swivel articulation style. This guy is so built like a brick wall, he just squats down and puts on a rhino hat to transform into another glacial leg. The upshot of this mode is it means Glacial Lord has a goddamn knee-mounted drill. He can deliver piercing knee strikes as hardcore as Gao-Gai-Gar. Razorspike can also transform into an arm, which gives Glacial Lord a drilling shoulder and wrist-mounted rockets, but he also lacks Tail Club's elbow-articulating magic, and I am legit disappointed that only one of the 4 limb bots was able to pull that off. Razorspike completes the coverage of the smaller glacial bots, and in the grand scheme of things, he's definitely a better toy for those already into the idea of retro future. While Tail Club and Mega Zero are tiny packages of retro fun that just might hook in somebody who's otherwise turning their nose to this idea, Fangro and Razorspike are loudly and proudly being Scramble City ass, Scramble City homaging, Scramble City robots. Razorspike's girth does have a tad more of a draw than Fangro, but he's really unashamed and not interested in having a debate over the artistic intent of this line. And man, looking at these 4 in ensemble, I am definitely feeling childlike chills, just as I did when I laid out the Stunticon cars and Aerialbot jets of my youth. It's very cool how much these 4 strike out on their own despite having obvious shared aesthetics. Razorspike is a battering ram, Tail Club is a tank, Mega Zero is majestic, and Fangro is, well, a Voltron lion. The amount of effort these guys put into escaping the chains of essentially having to all turn into the same shape of rectangular brick is just great. Anyway, this has been internet personality Vangelus, and I'm just waiting for my Tusker to ship now. Yep. Waiting. Just waiting. Waiting.